And it's so hard, I think, today to have like an international hit. You know what I mean? Like a lot of things are big here, but I mean, I think that's what a lot of people don't realize. Like that Baywatch was international.
Yeah, international. I mean, there was like a tribe that ran a generator just to watch Baywatch, like, and they would all get together. I was like, this is so weird.
Wow.
But it's that escapism. It's that like getaway.
Do you think that's what it is? That, all these years later, and we'll get into the documentary that you're working on now. Like, I mean, what is it that you've starred in a lot of things, but what is it about Baywatch that like just holds up and it's so iconic to so many people?
Well, I think it was, the 90s were a fun time. Pop culture was really kind of like becoming different. It was very like MTV music video vibes, fast, good music, hot people, and you could watch it like with the volume down. you could watch it just for the montages. So it was just really great to look at. The beach is beautiful people on the beautiful beach. I mean, it's like it was just gold.
It was gold. Did you see the movie with Zac Efron? And
I did. I watched it. I did. I saw it on an airplane actually. I was like, I just got to watch this thing. So.
And what were your thoughts?
It was fine. I don't think it was as big of a flop. Like, I didn't think it was as terrible as they, the ratings and the reviews they got. And I thought it was a good attempt. And, visually it was beautiful too. But, for whatever reason, it just didn't have that, they didn't capture what Baywatch had. So that's the important.
But you thought it was better because, yes, the critics panned
it.
They
really, really did.
And
because it just didn't live up to the show. But that's a really hard gig to live up to, the show.
Yeah.
So, that was a big undertaking.
Talk to me about your podcast.
So I started a podcast called Perfectly Twisted. And, it's something I had been toying with the idea. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to sit and talk for an hour, and because sometimes I get really tired from talking. And I'm one of these actors that I don't love talking about myself all the time. So it's exhausting for me. And so I said, okay, I'm just going to give it a shot. Let's give this a try. And I love it. I really do. I love it. I do. I have so much fun on it.
What do you love about it? Is it like therapy for you? Are you discovering memories?
Yes, it makes me think about things I haven't thought about or probably wouldn't think about. I love catching up with friends, because especially with the pandemic, it's like there's not a lot of social life. It's only finally getting back to normal. But so I love catching up with people. I love hearing people's take on all these years later, like how they felt and what they were doing when they were this age, and like their experience and how they got started. And I just love finding out about other people and their feelings and their experiences. Because you don't feel so like crazy and you don't feel so alone.
Yeah. Is there a certain guest that you would love to have on?
I really would love to get Heather Locklear. I worked with her on TJ Hooker. And so I remember her on set. I don't know if she remembers me. But I always grew up like idolizing her. And also Cheryl Ladd, because I did a movie with Cheryl Ladd when I was little, and we ended up becoming family friends. And she took me on vacation to shoot Charlie's Angels in the Virgin Islands, and I just that was like the time of my life. I was living my best life because I love that show. That was everything, Charlie's Angels. So I got to watch it, and we were in these tropical islands, and I was with her and her daughter, and so I would love to catch up with her.
So back up now because I got a lot to say. First of all, so she took you, because Charlie's Angels was an absolute brilliant. So she took you were like family friends to while she was working with like Jocelyn Smith,
yes,
Kate Jackson, and you were just there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because she had a daughter that was, I think, just a year younger than I, and we got along really well. So it was sort of like we got to play and like hang out, so the daughter wasn't alone, and it was a blast.
That's iconic.
I know.
Little Aaron spelling action. I mean, and then so on TJ, so I mean, people always ask me too. I mean, my list changes because then you get someone that you want, but I have to say Heather Locklear is like so maybe like in my top 5 of people,
right?
Maybe top 3 for like a lot of reasons. That I mean, look, she's going through something now again, so it seems in the media. But, we don't know for sure.
Right. I know. And that's hard. That's so hard, too. Yeah. Because people will, it could be very real or it could not be, I mean, I've read stuff about myself where I'm like, really? Because that's not how it went down, but okay.
What's this, like, the strangest or just most inaccurate thing you've read about yourself?
Oh, it goes on and on, but I'll tell you a recent one. It was my 50th birthday, and I was so ill. I was so ill. So I went to urgent care. And I mean, I was like sick. I was like bent over in my sweats, my hair up. I'm just a mess. I'm just trying to make it. And they're taking pictures of me, and they're like, Nicole, ahead of her 50th birthday, out running errands. And it was like, no, I'm trying not to vomit all over myself. You know what I mean? I'm trying to not have horrible accidents all over myself. This is not me running errands, And then they want to talk about what you're wearing. And it's like, oh my God, I'm lucky I was even dressed. Like, give me a break. So
I think I saw all those.
Yeah, it's just such crap. And you're like, oh my God. And they're following you. So it's like they know exactly that you've been at urgent care. You're on your way to urgent care. Like, so stop it. But that's what they like to do.
Do you still get followed by paparazzi?
They did it another story just ran. My mom had passed, and my daughter and I were moving, and we had a storage unit and a garage full of like my mom's stuff to go through, and they were taking pictures of us, unbeknownst, taking pictures of us while we were like cleaning out the garage. And again, they want to like. But what was amazing about that one is I was like, I have to read the comments on this one because I need to know what if anybody else agrees with me that this is crazy. And yes, everybody was saying like, what do you expect her to look like cleaning out a garage? She's supposed to be in her bathing suit. Is she supposed to be in high heels? Like, she's fine. She's cleaning out a garage. And what are you doing watching her clean out her garage? And how long was your creeper photographer there? So it gave me life because I was like, thank God people are like, awakening up to this crap that it's just bullshit,
Do you know that's happening? Like
no,
when?
No, I had no idea.
I don't think I would, but you're more of an expert at it.
Sometimes I will spot it, but if you live your life looking for it, you're a paranoid wreck, right?
Right.
And you're like at every car that has tinted windows parked outside your place, so it's. You try to be aware, but I forget and I go about my day just like everybody else, Yeah, it was like early morning. I'm in my garage. I am not thinking about paparazzi. I'm like, it was an emotional process too.
Right.
It was like heavy duty stuff that I had to do.
After losing
it was
a parent.
Yeah, it's like it's hard. It's gross.
Why would Heather be in your were you? I mean, I was a huge Melrose Place fan.
Yeah.
Everything she's going through now, plus like just everything. Like,
everything.
She's
she's just like she's just iconic to me. She's like somebody I always was like, wow. She just was wow to me. So, yes.
Did you learn or did you have a lot of interaction with her on TJ Hooker? Like, what was working with her like?
A bit. She was very young. I was obviously really, really young. And a little bit. She just was like the sweetest, most beautiful thing you ever saw. And the teeny tiny thing. And just, I don't know, there's certain people, that you sit there and you go, wow.
Yeah.
And they just make you like lose your breath a little bit.
Listen, I get it. Like, if you get Heather Locklear on your podcast, you send her right here afterwards, and vice versa. Because she's we were close here at one point.
Oh, to have her?
Because she had a Hallmark. I forgot what the movie was.
Recently, right?
Yeah, but I think it was with Meghan McCain. I might be incorrect, but I think it was.